All right, here we go again. Preparing for Worlds, day 4. I'm playing Spellcrag again, and I am 0 for 3 so far in my videos, so let's see if I can win one. Again, I'm just going to play through the video all the way through without saying much the first time, and then the second time I will have some more useful commentary. All right. It didn't end up working out for me, but I think there are a couple things that I could have done differently. All right. So let's go back to the beginning. I think that this is a pretty easy redraw. There's no good plan on developing this hand. This hand seems a lot better. We've got the early interaction in Seer and Permafrost and the Snowball, and I have a clear path to not only look for more power, but also draw a few cards by using Strategize to put the Jotun Hurler on bottom. So I think this is a pretty clear keep. All right, so I think that pretty much anything that's not petition or power, I'm going to bottom at that point. So, and Seer, especially since it's a card that's already in my hand, I don't want to keep. Yeah, generally speaking, I like having more different cards in my hand when I'm playing a deck like this. Anyway, Strategize, easy choice to do there. I don't think I need to leave up the Seer. If my opponent's playing aggressive deck, sure, Champion of Fury would be annoying, but I have the Snowball for that anyway. Okay, so this turn is kind of interesting. I'm definitely playing the Crest. So I think, geez, usually I think I keep the Waystone on top, but the reason why I bottomed it is because it's like the last power that I would want to draw. I don't know if it's the last power, but like there's powers that I would want to draw so much more, like Petition or Petition for Sylex or just Sylex or Waystone. So I bottomed it because I felt like my hand still didn't have all the pieces. Yeah, it needs power, but it also needs more than that. So that's why I bottomed it. But that could be wrong. Like there are a few situations in this game where it's easy to imagine like me getting stuck on power and having a game that goes much worse. And I think using the reread there is useful because again, like the only thing I can do is sear an opposing attacker, and I've got plenty of that type of action. And I might want to strategize to dig a little further. And I've got the Snowball at the bottom too. Drawing the garden makes me really happy, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to start with strategize before anything else. This is kind of an interesting decision point on what to bottom. I chose to bottom the Permafrost because I feel like, or one of the Permafrost, because I feel like having a Snowball is actually pretty useful for popping like Face Aegis or something. Granted, you can do that with like Torch and Seer also, but you'd rather not. I don't know. It's definitely possible that it was greedy to not just bottom the Snowball because that's half a card instead of a full card like Permafrost. But I don't know. I just felt like the Snowball has other uses that might not come up in this game. Also, if my opponent's on an aggro deck, it's like pretty unlikely. It's a pretty anemic start from them. They did go down to 6, but Permafrost looks like it might not be insane. Also, I already have Permafrost in hand. All right, so I bottomed the Permafrost, and I think this is a good point to Royal Decree. There are two things I could have done here. I could have transposed and tried to get like a Rain of Frogs, but I feel like it's fine to just play Royal Decree. My opponent hasn't missed a power yet. If they missed a power, I definitely would not be playing Royal Decree to give them a power, but I feel like this is this is my easy chance to use that card. I don't know. I also just don't feel like anything that I get with transpose is that insane here. Like, yeah, you can Rain Frogs in a matchup like this, but I don't think it's insane. Anyway, I get paid off by hitting Worldpire here. I was thinking about taking Garden of Omens because it's a site, but I have an answer for that in Seer. I have the Torch plus Snowball for Lada and I guess I could take Aid of the Huru, but it seems better to just take the Worldpire that enables it. Yeah, I do have Garden of Omens with the Meltdown, but I'm not guaranteed my next power, and I wouldn't be able to do it next turn anyway. So I play Lada. I get extremely fortunate here, drawing a power, play the power. No need to Ice Bolt here because I can Torch and Snowball the unit on the next turn, so resurface. I don't know about this resurface. I wonder if I should have just gotten Petition instead because I really need a power, and Petition's a draw to, really. Like, especially with Garden, it's like a Wisdom of Elders, except you're guaranteed one of your cards being a power. I went and got Honor of Claws, which is obviously really powerful, but like if they kill the garden, like if they sear the garden and then I don't draw a power off Honor the Claws, I'm kind of in an awkward spot. So I'm not 100% sure about this get. I think I should have just gotten Petition. Petition ensures that I hit my next power drop. So like on the next turn I could do or like if they were to kill my garden, I could go transpose, get Wasteland Broker, Petition, or something like that. Well, I mean, it's kind of early to play Wasteland Broker. Anyway. So I just want to get further ahead here. Get paid off for keeping the snowball in hand. That feels nice. Geez, yeah. I think Petition would have been much better here. Because on this next turn, I don't play my power drop. And I feel like in Spellcrack, it's really important to hit that like first 6 or 7 power drops. If your plan is Prodigious Sorcery or just drawing more cards, like both of those really depend on it. So I play Ice Bolt here. I am not 100% sure about this because my plan ended up being I'm going to the market for Wasteland Broker, and it's actually kind of nice to Ice Bolt your own broker. Like your units don't stick around, and the way that I play this, if my opponent gets Face Aegis and World Pyre, I can't deal with it. Although, you know, they're playing a 3-faction deck, it might be harder for them to get Face Aegis. I don't know. There might have been a better way to play this. Like, I also could have sequenced it by playing Honor of Claws first, discard because I have the Grandin to discard, and that'll give me more fodder to trade with Transpose. I think generally that's like a good sequence. But what I was thinking is I'll just transpose for the Wasteland Broker, put the Prodigious Sorceries on top of my deck, and then Honor of Claws later. But I think that, like, if they can kill my Garden of Omens and I don't draw a power, like, again, I'm in so much trouble. Or at least, I don't know if I'm in trouble, but I'm just in, like, a really awkward spot. So, I'm not sure. I think this would have gone better if I had just gotten Petition last turn. I'll play the Meltdown. Yeah, definitely should have gotten Petition. Petition is so good. Well, Silexes are so good. That's the real answer there. I'm definitely searing their garden. This Permafrost is kind of dead also, based on what I've discovered that they're playing. Yeah, Petition just makes the broker play so much better. I don't know. I think this line is fine, but I really wonder if I was supposed to, like, try to be worried about a subsequent World Pyre a little more. Okay, so obviously searing this first so that their spells go back up to... I don't get hit by, like, a Char on Garden when I go to Transpose or something like that. Not that that actually matters here, but, yeah. I think I probably could have just Honor of... Like, Honor of Claws is likely to dig me into something that I can do that's useful, right? So I think I probably should have waited on that. broker. I was figuring like I'm not going to run out of gas if I go broker for prodigious sorcery here, right? I also don't need to prodigious sorcery right away. I can't kill them this turn. And plus decimating to 4 power is like pretty sketchy. Plus, if my garden survives another turn, prodigious sorcery becomes even better because then it only costs 3. Like, I need the power less at that point. Alright, they gun down my Wasteland Broker. I have Tamarisk. Petition to thin my deck a little bit. And then Silex and draw just to see if I can kill them. Because if I draw another prodigious sorcery, I can just... I have a torch in there, so I can 24 them. But I did not, so... Here, I could grab... Well, I think I want to play Seer in order to take down this... Well, I don't know. I guess it actually doesn't really matter, right? Like, that side isn't doing anything next turn, and it's not causing a passive effect that I really care about that much, so maybe that was wrong. Maybe I should have just gone for the kill. Here, I went transpose so I could get a greatsword, because I've got, like, kind of junk in hand. The extra couple points of damage from getting a torch don't seem that relevant here. Having a unit and a relic weapon seems like a good diversity of threats. They bore here. There's a couple interesting decisions. I mean, yeah, I'm like really likely to win this game, but even so, there are some interesting decisions, and it's I potentially could have had it slip out from under me. Okay, so obviously starting off with the treasure trove, figuring out what I have access to. So here I have the decision of either turning to seed or lightning storm, and it's like without knowing the opponent's deck list, it's kind of hard to say which is correct. But I think I made the wrong decision either way. Like, I obviously don't want to keep this in case they draw like what's it called? Savage Incursion to deal 4 to this. Like, that's pretty bad for me. And they get to draw a bunch of cards. My thought process is I don't want them to get more access to the market where they have, more answers, but well, I guess I can't really answer an Ikaria here either. Like, that's something that's kind of on my radar. Or something, I don't know, just something big, which is actually what happens. So I turned to seed this. I was thinking, like, I'll make their future draws worse, but I don't know. I don't know if that was right. And then they play Island here, and I draw a torch, which puts me one short of going permafrost and attack and torch. So instead of permafrosting and getting the 4 through, I feel like I would make this trade for Lightning Storm and this, because I do have, all those prodigious sorceries, and if I draw one, then it's just game over. So I felt like this is a trade I would make. There's a fair chance that they block because, like, Torch plus Snowball ends the game for them. But I mean, like, that deals with Island also. I mean, if they don't block, like, they probably... I don't know if they win the game, but, like, it's really close. If they don't block and they just copy Island, they get 8 of the Huru. And then they go up to 12. No. They would have taken 4, so they go up to 8. No, the prodigious sorcery still kills them unless they have a dazzle, but yeah. And just get back the 2 spells that I had before, and that's enough. All right, well, it's good to get a win under my belt in this series. I felt like, geez, it's easy to look at a game like this and be like, yeah, I played well, I won. But I think it's more important to be like, you know, the game could have really turned at this point or whatever. Anyway, have a happy Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. I don't know. Sundays are super duper busy. They're the busiest day for me, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to record one, but I'll, try and make myself do it. All right, thanks for watching. See you later.